Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. Before we get into today's investigation, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post the tea. Mikey Tua, who is Danielle Cohn'S current boyfriend, recently admitted in an interview that Jen Archambault, who is Danielle Cohn'S mother, wanted Danielle Cohn and Mikey to make an tape and then have it leaked. Reason being so that Danielle Cohn could end up like Kim Kardashian. Bear in mind, Danielle Cohn is allegedly 14. A T page had gotten in contact with Mikey Tua and had interviewed him over the phone to confirm this.
The other thing that I heard about, and I did tell your mom about this, like right when I found out, because the person was saying like, message Katie Tua and ask her, and she was just like, I don't think that's true, but here's the thing that I was messaged about. This person messaged me, told me that they were like an insider type of person, but they never verified who they were, so I told them I couldn't take them seriously if they weren't going to show me any proof. But they did know like a lot of stuff that only other like, you know, insider type people knew. But he told me, or she, that Danny and Jen are trying to have her have some kind of career like Kim Kardashian, and that basically they want her to have like a tape leaked. And I responded and I was like, that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, she talked about it so much while I was dating her.
And that's what the person said to me. They said, no, they wanted to do it with Mikey, and now they're going to do it with Ethan, and you can ask Katie, she knows all about it. And so I asked your mom, and she was like, what? No, I've never heard that before. Like, you know, I've only heard kids talk about it, but I never heard them say anything about it. And so then I was thinking like, well, maybe it's because she's a parent, so they would be smart enough not to say it in front of her. But, okay, so that is like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's so gross.
So who was the person who interviewed 18-year-old Mikey Tua? A T page who I actually got in contact with before I even found out about this mess. Her name is Corn on the Con Reel. She'd actually exposed more about these allegations on her Instagram when leaking the recorded phone call audio. She had stated, when I asked Mikey about this rumor, I fully expected him to tell me that it was just BS, and that whoever had messaged me pretending to be on the inside was giving me fake information. I was shocked and disgusted when he confirmed that it was true. For context, I had a handful of people who reached out to me and verified their identities privately because they wanted to help Danny but didn't want people to know they were giving me information, and I've kept my word about that. This person who messaged me told me a lot of stuff that only someone in the inner circle would know, but I didn't take anything they said as fact because they wouldn't tell me who they were. When I asked a few people who knew Danny and Jen personally about whether or not it was true, they all gave me the same answer as Mikey. Shortly after this, someone discovered that there was a Entertainer account registered to Jen's email, as well as 2 other adult websites. Jen still claims that she was not responsible for this and someone else did it in her name with her email, which makes no sense because she would have had to confirm those emails to fully create the account. I took this information to CPS and the police, but they did nothing. Hopefully putting it out there like this can change something. So I'll be linking a petition down below that's been made. If it gets enough signatures, Danielle Cohn'S mum will be investigated apparently, so be sure to go and check that out. Obviously it's free to sign, so I'd highly recommend signing it like 100 times if you can. Now apparently the owner of this T page, whose name is Maggie, was getting hate for getting in touch with Mikey because Mikey had called her a weirdo on his Instagram live not long ago for leaking this audio. So she had to go out of her way to prove that Mikey had initially agreed to this phone call interview. She had posted this to her Instagram page. Proof that Mikey scheduled a call with me and was in no way coerced into doing it. I told him that he needed to have an adult present because he was a minor at the time. When the call first leaked last month, Mikey went live and called me a weirdo and said I made him talk to me on the phone. Pretty plain to see here that isn't what happened at all. Here we can see the T page said, hey, is it okay to ask you something? Not for me to post, more for me to just know. I understand if you aren't comfortable answering, but I'll try asking just in case. I wasn't around yet when everything was going on with the breakup, so I'm still kind of lost on what was a lie and what wasn't. Did Jen really hide you in that hotel room and try to get you to be a man? Because that's what I've been believing, so it influences how I look at things a bit, if that makes sense. Ed said, let's schedule a phone call and I can explain everything in detail. Is that okay? Well, yeah, I'd love to do that if you're comfortable with it. Would it be okay if we did it on here, like using the video chat on Instagram? And we can both cover our video if you want, haha. I just try not to call off my personal number as much as I can. Sure. Am I allowed to know who you are? Okay, that would be awesome. And if you want to have your mum or dad there with you, that might be a good idea since you're a minor and I'm an adult. Well, even if you did know who I was, you wouldn't know who I am, you know what I mean? I'm really just a random person. Oh, gotcha. Now, it's important to note that Mikey is 18 and Danielle is 14, by the way. Let's just keep reiterating this. Why is Danielle's mum allowing this, let alone enabling them to allegedly live under the same roof? Now, going back to Virginia, the woman who I'd mentioned in my last video that I'll leave linked down below. So she's the woman who leaked the audio exposing how Jen is treating Danielle behind the scenes. Well, she had gotten into a heated argument online with one of Danielle's friends, Jackie Ibarra, who was actually rumoured to have leaked the audio and was getting heat online for this. Bit of a backstory into who Jackie is. She has been seen in many of Danielle's TikToks and other content, and she is 18 years old. Here we can see Jackie appeared in the comments section of a T page clearing up rumours that she wasn't the one who leaked the audio. This all took place right after the audio was leaked, by the way. Jackie had said, "This is all I'ma say. Danny and me are still friends. I would never do that to a friend. I was definitely not the one who leaked the audio. I don't know how I was brought into this. I would prefer not to speak on something that doesn't involve me though. It's not my place to speak on it. I hope you'll understand that. You can believe what you want. I know my truth and that's all that matters to me." Virginia had actually found and responded to Jackie's comment, pretty much saying that she was not the one who started the rumours that she leaked the audio, but that was in fact Danielle Cohn'S mum, Jennifer, and exposed even more about Jennifer, and Jennifer apparently having ulterior motives for wanting Danielle's friend Jackie to stay with them at her house. Virginia had said, "You prefer not to speak on something, but you do a video. Makes no sense. Apparently you're delusional like Jen. Never involved you, but you want to post me. I'll take whatever comes my way because I'm standing up for what I believe is right, and that is Jennifer, her daughter, and it's people like you that are okay with it. When did you hear me say that you were involved in any of this? You want to sit here and do a live and put out videos and talk about me? You know nothing about me, sweetheart. Yes, I'm a grown woman, a 43-year-old woman that was friends with a piece of shit, and because I don't agree with her now, I have to deal with her delusional tribe. You never were involved until Jennifer made you involved. The reason why she made you involved is because I told her that I would let you know all the shit that she has talked about you, especially regarding her brother. I tried to write you personally, but you wanted to go create this live video. You have no idea who I am, so do me a favour and stay in a child's place, because that's what you are. I'm the only adult that gave a shit about Danielle. Everyone else sits back and thinks this behaviour is okay. It's not okay, and I'm not going to allow it anymore. Before you make a video, get your facts straight, because where I can put out there is facts. Unlike you, Jennifer, and everyone else with your lies, I can't correct you with my truth. So continue on with this game. You guys are really digging yourself deeper. My advice to you is step away from the chaos." Virginia had then said, "Thank you. It's really sad Jen has placed her daughter in all these situations. People knew what happened. It has been all over. But now people want to act shocked. This is heartbreaking to watch all this take place, and now Jen places her in front of a camera to lie. She was not a v***, and it's sad that once again she's saying she was or taken advantage of. How many times is and you do nothing, Jen? That's not the case. The problem is Jen forces Danny to continually lie. She's brainwashed her beyond comprehension. Jen knew about her pregnancy and was there with her every step of the way, and so was her so-called manager Michelle. Many adults knew this took place and didn't care. So many others have concern. Calling cops and CPS and still nothing done. What's it going to take for people to see Jen for what she has done? And there have been videos out there prior to this whole mess. Blame game is prevalent for Jen. So when one person finally stands up, we get on, because help was given behind closed doors, but Jen is immature and doesn't care. She should have gotten her daughter therapy instead of memorializing with a tattoo for a child who was 13 at the time. Jen needs everything viewed online. She lives for it, and when it's quiet in her life, she will create chaos and act like the victim. I will continue to speak my truth. Jen needed to be in front of the camera, not Danielle, but Jen must be excited about those YouTube numbers. I hope more adults come forward because I'm not the only concerned one. Danielle is not to blame and truly is the only victim. So Jen had responded to Virginia, exposing her on her Instagram story stating, "To the adult who hurt my child, I hope your daughter never has to feel or suffer the pain my child has and is going through." So shortly after this, Virginia had leaked not only text messages that we delved into in my last video, but also Snapchat messages between herself and Jennifer. In these Snapchat messages, we can see Virginia exposed that Jen wanted Jackie, who was Danielle's 18-year-old friend, in the house because Danny's uncle and Jen's brother, Matt, liked her. Jennifer had said, "You're tired of being used. I already take on Mikey." Girl, you take on more than Mikey. What about the Jackie? You are too good, and I always tell you that. And if I was there, I would be telling you to cut some ties. You can't feel bad for peeps, and others can't continue to take advantage of you. Yeah, we took on Jackie, but that was because of Matt wanting her to stay. Yeah, but Matt wants her. Why does he want her there? Lol. You're the one who pays the bills, so that's extra money you have to lay out. Just be careful, especially now that you have Mikey there, because Matt likes her. Matt likes her, as in a person, or likes her? We aren't sure. She is 18, so who knows? They flirt a lot, lot, but I need to find an apartment place out in Orlando for Mikey's grandparents. Girl, there's places by me available, 3-bedroom for $1,300. Oh snap, hey, as long as she's 18, winky face. Tell him don't be making no babies, Ellie Mayo. Girl, be careful with all you have going on. Has Mikey's parents bothered you, or are they talking to Mikey? Yes, can we get one of those, you think? So what are your guys' thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comments.